Chapter 1. How do you measure and improve your BQ? If you're anything like me, you weren't brought up with the idea that you needed to master and maintain body intelligence, your BQ, along with reading, writing, and arithmetic. You could argue that, in most cultures, mastering the art of ignoring your body's needs in the service of getting important things done is part of maturing. And, of course, it is important to be able to delay physical gratification and do little things like provide food and shelter for oneself. But in our societal training, most of us have lost touch with a whole universe of inner knowing that can guide our lives in a healthier direction and create a lot more joy and fun. And who doesn't want that? Understanding body wisdom. Becoming BodyWise consists of developing body intelligence at 4 different levels. I think of this as gathering information about our well-being from the outside in. First, we gather measurements of our health using data we can collect, often using labs or devices to do so. Second, we pay attention to our sensations within our bodies. Third, we track any feelings or emotions that are associated with those sensations. And fourth, we try to discern patterns of experience that help us understand what we sense and feel. Think of the 4th level of discernment as the detective level, combining all of our gathered data, sensations, and emotions, and using those clues to lead us to broader insights about our health and well-being. The BodyWise Protocol. 1. Measure. Gather measured observations of health. 2. Sense. Attend to body sensations. 3. Feel. Note feelings or intuitions about your body. 4. Discern. Look for patterns of experience that are trying to tell you something, including those influenced by the unconscious mind, dreams, visions, symbols. Measure. Several years ago, Joe, one of the sweetest, most soft-spoken men I have ever met, walked into my office with a complaint of daily headaches. Unbeknownst to Joe, his blood pressure was 200 over 120, normal being 135 over 85 or less. Joe's headaches were from the pounding blood in his head. And the labs we ordered showed that his cholesterol and inflammatory markers were extremely elevated. Joe was a walking time bomb. We got busy on all fronts: stress reduction, exercise, diet changes, and blood pressure medication. Joe is now 20 pounds lighter and an exercise fanatic, with great cholesterol, normal inflammatory markers, and normal blood pressure, on good medication. And, of course, no further headaches. Measuring Joe's health parameters literally saved his life. In Joe's case, his head could sense his high blood pressure, but in most cases, we feel nothing when our blood pressure or pulse is high, which is why we need to have it measured occasionally. Paul, on the other hand, came to see me because he had measured his blood pressure, and it was high. The mystery was that Paul ate about as healthy a diet as anyone can, was a normal weight, exercised regularly, and had no family history of high blood pressure. Paul did not want to take medication, so we tried supplements, stress reduction, meditation, and more exercise. No luck. We then tried medication, 3 different kinds. No luck. His blood pressure was still elevated. Then Paul's wife came into the next visit. I swear this is why married men live longer than single ones, and said, "You know, honey, I asked you to tell Rachel about your snoring." Paul was resistant at first to getting a medical sleep study, where he would literally sleep in a sleep lab while hooked up to devices to measure oxygen saturation, pulse, and sleep cycles. So we had him use one of the simple devices that track sleep cycles at home. The result? He was getting no deep sleep. And deep sleep is critical to good health.